Rivals number 244, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 244. Got quite a few books. Not reading anything yet. Later I'll read. These are just new books I just picked up at thrift stores and library sale today. Hey guys. I guess I can barely see your name because I have huge blotches on my phone. Shout out, buddy. Does this say Fannie Lewis? I can't read it. I've got a huge blotch on my phone. Wait till I open the chat because I know you really need a shout out. I know it's imperative to your happiness. What's up, dog? Yeah, Baba. We'll just fade the music out. Probably getting a copyright strike for that anyway. No! Let me open this mother effing chat. All right. Let's start with this butter churning bullshit. Pick a book you want to see first. We'll start with this. The Portable Atheist. Oh, we got to turn off the sound so I don't hear myself reverberating here. No, what did I do, buddy? Oh, there's the sound off. The Portable Atheist. It's pretty embarrassing seeing all these people come out and they're like, hey, I'm an atheist. I mean, if you don't believe in it, why do you got to say anything? Just shut up. Tie boy. Hell yeah. There it is. Emery Evans. Hey, buddy, here's your big shout out, Bubba. Yeah, I never understood these books on atheism. If you don't believe in anything, why the fuck are you reading a book? Hey, I gotta read a 600-page book to tell you what I don't believe in. You don't believe in anything, just shut up. It's easy, buddy. Church going. Once I'm sure there's nothing going on, I step inside, letting the door thud shut. Another church, matting, seats and stone, and little books. Sprawling off flowers, cut for Sunday, brownish now, some brass and stuff. I've always noticed that as soon as I start like reading the book, half the people leave immediately. Immediately. Let's talk, guys. Let's talk like we're in the same room drinking a couple of cocktails. There were 3 copies of this book there for some reason. Had they been worth more than about $5 or $6, I would have bought all 3. But instead, I just got the nicest copy, 50 cents. Essential readings for the non-believer. As I said, why do you need to read anything about not believing? Hey, I don't believe, and here's 600 pages of why. If you don't believe, you don't believe, buddy. Just shut the fuck up. Poor Richard's Almanac. Richard by Benjamin Franklin. This is a Peter Pauper press book. These are pretty cool. They got little woodcuts in them. And they also have cool little covers. See? It's just like the dust jacket, but this side seems to be in... Oh, I see. It's got the little side things. I'm not going to mess with it one-handed. Unfortunately, it does have a pocket in the back. But as you can see, it's got these little woodcuts, like all of the Peter Paulus books. Peter Pauper. The muses starve in a cook's shop. Spare and have is better than spend and crave. Goodwill like the wind bloweth where it listeth. The honey is sweet, but the bee has a sting. A flatterer never seems absurd. The flattered always takes his word. Rob not God, nor the poor, lest thou ruin thyself. The eagle snatched a coal from the altar, but it fired her nest. Willows are weak, but they bind the faggot. All right. If you didn't know, the faggot was a bundle of sticks back in the day. Now it's a pejorative. Probably get banned for that as well, but Benjamin Franklin wrote it, not me. See, I didn't write it. Well, I've learned that because I've come across it in a few books. I even have a book called something faggot, but I don't know what it's called. I'd have to go downstairs and find it. I wonder what year he wrote that, 1700s? You'd have to think. With the old almanac and the old year, leave thy old vices, thou ever so dear. 50-cent books. Another 50-cent book, Jack Kevorkian, The Suicide Machine. Understanding Jack Kevorkian. Kevorkian, the people who came to him and the issue of assisted suicide. Remember that? Most of you guys probably don't remember it because you're about 14 years old. But he used to drive his little van around. Hey, hop in there, buddy. We'll put you to death. It's some pretty good paintings, honestly. But I mean, he did it so many times. He fucking helped so many people commit suicide that eventually they put him in jail. And then he cried about how wrong it was that he was put in jail after he was arrested numerous times and told to stop. So just stop. Donald O'Keefe. Is it Bill Clinton? It's Bill Clinton, Buv. I didn't know he helped Bill Clinton commit suicide. She's pretty hot. Martha Ruart. Damn, looks like a drawing. Hey, buddy, I'm dead. Put me in the book. The 47 who died. You too can die, bruv. Tamaris Gomes. And Underground Masum Yeah, baby. Yeah. Another 50-cent book. Here's another 50-cent book from the Salvation Army. Wasn't going to get it because it's not worth much, but then I checked out who the lady was, and she was, what is this, a review copy? Tis a review copy. Well, that makes it a little bit better. Collected and edited. What's that say? Leonard Marcus. She was a director of Harper's Department of Books for Boys and Girls from 1940 to 1973. Was arguably the single most creative force for innovation in children's book publishing in the United States during the 20th century. Considered an editor of maverick temperament and taste, her unorthodox vision, not wisdom, helped create such classics as Goodnight Moon, Charlotte's Web, Where the Wild Things Are, Harold and the Purple Crayon, and The Giving Tree. Published in 98. Dear Genius. My letters, dear Jeanette, 1,000 things to write to you. I've loved your letters, but I won't write a real letter until I've caught up on a few things here. But must tell you, my mother and I have signed a peace treaty over the election. She said that since the election was so close, at least, Senator Kennedy will not think he has a mandate, as did FDR. This confusing of FDR's sacred initials is the ultimate in Republican contempt, I screamed affectionately. Oh boy. Shakespeare Behind Bars. The Power of Drama in a Women's Prison by Jean Traunstein. Jean Traunstein. I have a collection of books on prison. Alcatraz, and my best book I probably sold, it was what's that one prison? It was like a 19 Sing Sing, I think it was. No, what's the one in New York? Maybe it was Sing Sing. I sold that for like $20. That was the jewel of my prison collection books. But I still have about 10 or 15 books on prison. Eventually I'm going to sell them. Because what the hell am I going to do with them? At some point soon, I got to really unload a bunch of books. Since I'm buying 25 to 50 books a week. I wonder what this painting is. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is about women behind bars who read and act like they have some life. Ken Wilber, The Collected Works of Ken Wilber, number 5. No jacket. Look like someone jizzed on the cover. I think Ken Wilber is a poet too, right? Or am I wrong? Could be right. Could be wrong. 2000. Any of these collected works of any authors eventually is worth something. And this was only 50 cents, and it's probably worth about $10 if I can flip it. And what else? What other books came from that? What other books came from that? Did I get this one? No, that was a 10-center. This one definitely came from there. Let me get this out. Whoa, don't tumble, buddy. Don't tumble. Don't tumble. Don't tumble for me, Boy George. Thank you. Oh, they're going to fall. They're going to fucking fall. No! All right. Les Miserables. I think that's how you pronounce it. By Victor Hugo. Another 50-cent book. Nice hardcover reprint, obviously. No, this is a 1732 first edition, buddy. I mean, how can you go wrong getting a Fall River Press 2012 edition? I don't know how much somebody paid for this at a store, but it was definitely more than 50 cents. I paid only 50. Classic editions. I'm guessing probably 10, 15 bucks minimum. I'll never read it, but now I have it to say that I'll never read it. The Army of the Potomac, A Stillness at Appomattox by Bruce Catton. Kitten. 1953 hardcover, no jacket, which lessens its value, but I have at least one or two sets of this. I think it's a trilogy. Maybe it's 3 or 4 books about the Civil War. Books by Bruce Catton. Mr. Lincoln's Army, the Wet Warlords of Washington, Glory Road. The Stillness at Appomattox. Well worth the 50 cents I paid for it. If I can get, which I probably have other copies. I know I have extras. I don't know where I have them. But I really need to start selling books. Really need to start selling some. Here's another to add to the Kennedy collection, 50 center. The president has been shot. The assassination of John F. Kennedy. True stories in focus. This almost looks like one of those pulp books, but it's not. Total bullshit story about this. All this stuff obviously is a total setup to kill Kennedy. We'll take him right out there. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, I just started working here and then I shot the president. No, you didn't. That's not how it works, buddy. Hey, I got a rifle for Christmas. Lee Harvey Oswald poses with his rifle and pistol. Where's the pistol? Oh, is that it? It's in my pocket, bruv. I don't work for the CIA. I just went to Russia on vacation, even though I didn't have a job. Hands off Cuba. Actually, a lot of people believe that Oswald was not only a patsy, but a innocent patsy at that, where he had zero involvement, but who knows? What a high school student. I mean, the fact that they killed him, a day after? I mean, everyone talks about this woman being beautiful. I understand her husband died, but she was not beautiful. She looks like a fucking alien, obviously. What's this shit? Snarling police dogs attack a non-violent civil rights demonstrator in Birmingham. This photo published across the country and around the world harmed America's reputation. Jockey Boy restaurant. Yeah, so there's another Kennedy book. The Psychopath Inside, a neuroscientist's personal journey into the dark side of the brain. I have at least 2 or 3 books on psychopaths, so now I have a third, unless this is a repeat, but I don't think so. Might be. It might just be a different edition of the one I have. Pardon, I'm scratching my arm. Another 50-cent book. Couldn't go wrong. Nope, that is not part of that. There's another one from that. The 50-cent book, Women and Religion in the First Christian Centuries. Deborah F. Sawyer, Religion in the First Christian Centuries. This will be good. It's got something about Lilith. Eventually, it all comes back to such things. Lilith. I prefer no underlining in the book, but what are we going to do? A lot of times these Routledge books are worth a lot of money, but you just got to get the right ones. I didn't even check this one. I was going to, but I was just like, I'm too lazy. Too lazy, bruvs. Too lazy. Don't know what the fuck this is. Ayurveda, The Science of Self-Healing by Dr. Vasant Lad. Or is that Lad? Basically a brand new book. I've seen a couple copies that sold for $10 bucks. Yeah, if I do sell it for $10, I will get 10 books plus 10 books. Look at this fucking guy. Hell yeah. See, that's a real man. He's like, people are like, hey, read the room. Just because you have these big old tufts on the side of your head, don't ever give in. Keep those tufts and grow that motherfucker out. I had a librarian in elementary school who had big old tufts on the side of his head. Fucking never gave in. The tufts are the way to go. So yeah, I'll sell this one. This fucking butter churning bullshit. And what else we got? Yeah. Last of the 50 center, I believe. Yeah. No, I got one more out of the 50 centers. Mark Twain, Roughing It. I can can't speak, bruv. Mark Twain's personal narrative, 6 years of variegated vagabonding in the American West. Holy shit. Roughing It. There he is, Samuel Clemens, in 1863 and 1872. He looks totally different without that stash. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't like to see that. I'm so used to seeing that. I mean, he looks, I don't know, he looks equally. He's got pretty good hair, but I mean, the mustache sort of fits his persona. But this guy, man, this guy would look normal if he didn't have these sideburns. So he got rid of the sideburns and then grew the stash. Then his hair kind of fluffed up. Great, buddy. Roughing It. Oh, this wasn't from there. That was from the other store. Oh, well. I tried. All right. Tales for a Stormy Night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And this is number 13. Tales for a Stormy Night. Dorothy Salisbury Davis. The Collected Crime Stories. I don't think I could even find this book on eBay. But it's good enough for the collection. Snaps, I guess, this year. Late roses too. The Irish don't sell much, so I'm letting them come or stay as they like. That should bring them out. Now, isn't that the truth? You can coax and tickle all year and not get a bloom for thanks. Turn your back at them and they run you down. Like love, she thought, and caught her tongue, but a splash of color took her cheeks. Say, you're nice looking, Mrs. Shepherd, if you don't mind my saying it. Thank you. A touch of spring, I suppose. Don't it just send your blood crazy? How would you like an armful of these? I'd be very pleased, Mr. Joyce, but I'd like to pay you for them. Indeed not. I won't sell half of them. They come in a heap. That sounds real spooky. Supper in the evening. This is from a second thrift store I went to. Obviously, the Volunteers of America, 70 cents. This is a book about Michigan pioneer living, Civil War, early settlers, cultural life, logging, and recipes. Let's see what we can cook, bruv. Northport, Milwaukee, Greenville. Medical advice of a century ago. These choice home remedies. For an ague, go into a cold bath just before the cold fit. Nothing tends more to prolong an ague than indulging a lazy, indolent disposition. Between the fits, therefore, the patient ought to take as much exercise as he can bear and to use a light diet. For common drink, port wine. What? Just drink some fucking wine and take a cold bath, and water are the most proper. One means of curing it is to boil yarrow and new milk till it is tender enough to spread a plaster. An hour before the cold fit, apply. How are you going to know when the cold fit happens, buddy? This to the wrist and let it remain till the hot fit is over. If another fit comes, use a fresh plaster. Another, pour boiling water on a large spoonful of powdered chamomile flowers. When cool, drink it. All right, bruvs. We'll drink more. Was that a tombstone? Hell yeah. Harry Potter. Sergeant. What the hell does that say? Sergeant Colonel? 17. I didn't know Harry Potter fought in the fucking Civil War. Oh, it's Homer Potter. Whatever. My grandfather, Homer Potter. No relation to Harry. The year of our Lord, 1610. All right. The Boy from UFO by Margaret Gough Clark. Illustrated by Ted Lewin. Look at those illustrations. Those are magic, bruv. Bonnie is a hero. The Boy from the UFO. Another 70-cent book from that same store. This is what is it called? The Slammed trilogy by Colleen Hoover, obviously. I will sell these, hope to make $15 off them. That would be nice since they're like new. Had to pay 70 cents a piece, but so what? Look at this lady. Hey guys, read my little book. Baby, no. Don't believe that. Please don't believe that. I pressed my head into the crevice between her shoulder and her neck. I love you because of you. I've never needed anyone to believe anything more in my entire life. When she starts to resist and push against me, I slip my arm underneath her neck and pull her closer. Blake, stop this. Please don't go, I beg. I realize as I'm speaking that my voice is shaking. I've never been so scared of losing something in my entire life. I completely lose control. I start to cry. Will, don't you see it? She says. How do you know? How do you really know? You couldn't leave me now if you wanted to. Your heart is too good for that. You would never do that to me. So how do I know that you would really be here if our circumstances were different? If my parents were alive and we didn't have Kellen Calder, how do you know you would even love me? I mean, you can read this blather. But I'll buy them and resell them to that person who will read this blather. Part 1. I mean, I just don't understand a book like this. Why? Don't fucking write this. And don't read it either. But do buy and sell it. I mean, it's already printed. You can't fucking erase it. And that one we'll hold off on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are the other Chew from the Volunteer Store. British Mysteries. More specifically, the Franklin Library of Mystery Masterpieces. Great British Mystery Stories of the 20th Century. By Franklin. Oh, no, the motherfucking goddamn front page is out. I was going to sell this too. Motherfucking son of a bitch. Pardon my French. That's really hurtful there. Someone still might buy it. I can maybe sell it for $15 now since it's got a, fucking chunk of it out. That's bullshit, buddy. That's why you don't flatten books unless, especially when they're worth money. If it's a $3 book, you don't give a shit. But so that book's marred. I thought I was going to make some money off it. I guess I will, but that's rubbish. Very disappointing, especially since I paid $1 for it, which is more than I usually pay. The Postman Always Rings Twice. Double Indemnity by James Cain, Franklin Mystery. This one, I hope, has no loose pages, so I can sell it without taking a significant deduction. That's in great shape. This one is gilded, and this one I don't believe is. No, it is. But it's also has a little crushing mark right there. Little ding. You got a little ding, bruv. Right there. See it? That would affect the value, bruv. Maybe I can flake off this gilding. Put it on my Cheerios. Probably not, bruv. All right, this one, where did this come from? Not sure. Oh, yeah, these came from Value World. Orange Future by Ichigo Takano. Little manga book. Have to see if my kid wants this. Doubt it. Apparently my child does not like these books anymore or doesn't actively seek them out. Which makes sense when you're 17. But, I mean, the fact that 30-year-olds are still reading manga is kind of fucking sad. But hello, Brobs. It's Jackson's time. What the fuck, dude? Didn't I block you for, like, spamming? The Naked Communists. Ronald Reagan. W. Skousen. This book was originally written in 1958. Couldn't believe it when I saw it on the shelf. You don't see these very often. There's the naked communist, the naked socialist. There's another one too, I believe. Exposing communism and restoring freedom. I had a little problem with this book since it was only a quarter and all I had was a credit card, so I picked up this one as well. Then I had to buy a puzzle so I didn't feel like a dictator. Tater full of dick. This is obviously Anne Rice, Cry to Heaven. I got this at the library sale where their books were 10 cents a piece for the most part, except for this book down on the bottom. 10 cents a piece, bruv. Cry to Heaven, dazzling in its darkness. Let's read a little bit, bruv. Yet as he stood outside the cardinal's door, shaken and bruised from Guido's angry words, he thought, for you, Guido, I do this for you. The things he feared, he always conquered for Guido. The things that humiliated him, he somehow, for Guido, learned to endure. But this was something altogether different, and Guido didn't fully understand that difference. Guido did not know what he was doing, sending Tonio here. Tonio knew, however, and he knew suddenly that he had desired the cardinal from the first moment ever he saw him. Oh, no. He had wanted him as he had wanted no others before him, locked as he had been in the warmth and safety of Guido's love. But the cardinal, whole and powerful, yes, this was the man. It was as if he had an appointment with him towards which he had been moving for a long time. Yeah, I'd heard that there was like gayness in some of these Anne Rice books, but there you go. Apparently the cardinal, which I assume is one of the priests serving under the Pope, was apparently a gay too. So there we go. The Bedside Dream Dictionary by Silvana Amar. Abandonment. Abdomen. How about a dog? Puppy. I had a dream about a puppy the other day. Garbage. Let's see if there's one for garbage. The dream started out with garbage. And garage. Garbage. The unconscious mind may be hinting to you that the time for throwing out unnecessary things is at hand. Letting go of clutter-free the mind and makes more room in the closet. The garbage in your dream could also represent those things from your past or in your life today that are not worth keeping or literally rubbish. It has been said that cleanliness is next to godliness, and there is something to that. Removing garbage from the mind, spirit, and body is not only necessary, but it is also at times accomplished in our dreams. All right, so there was garbage, there was glass. Let's see what we got about glass. Genitals, no, that wasn't in there. Glass, very important things are made out of glass. Amongst them are windows that allow sunshine. Glass makes our lives. Consider the details of your dream and try to figure out how this dream about glass is relevant to you. If glass is shattered in your dream, it could symbolize breaking of both negative and positive things. For example, it could represent the breaking of illusions, denial, and deception. On the more negative side, it can also represent the shattering of dreams or hopes that a person has been holding close to his heart. Old dream interpretation books say that looking through a clear glass, and I wasn't looking through a clear glass. I was looking at glass sticking out of a garbage bag. And then what was the other part? Liquid. Let's see if liquid is in there. No. Lips. No. And then what was the other one? A puppy. So I was tossing a bag of trash out that had glass coming out of it, and it was leaking fluid. And then I picked up the bag because it started getting heavier. So I felt like it was like a warm, and it felt like a little body, and then suddenly a puppy jumped out. Puppies may represent playfulness, dependency, and carefree fun. Please look up dog in order to obtain a full range of possible interpretations. All right. So yeah, then the dog jumps out of the garbage bag in this dream, and dogs in dreams could symbolize a large variety of ideas and concepts, but mostly are they symbolic of the dreamer's defensive structure and may represent personal boundary issues. Carefully consider all the details in the mood in your dream. First, if you have a dog, it may be, I don't have a dog, we become emotionally. Otherwise, dogs could symbolize loyalty and hard work. If someone calls you a dog, If you are being treated like the dog, no. I found the dog in this dream. He was inside a garbage bag. And then he started biting my toes. A really strange dream. Hey, bruv, can you throw out this bag full of glass? That's the weird part. The bag was full of glass. Well, not full of glass, but it was a trash bag. And it had glass sticking out the side. And then as I picked it up, some kind of liquid poured out the bottom. And then, like I said, I started carrying it like a... It got heavy, so I started carrying it like a ham in the dream. And then as I'm carrying it, it felt warm and like a body was in there. And at first I thought it might be like a dead baby or something, but it wasn't. And then the dog jumped out. A little puppy jumped out, and then he started biting my toes. What kind of fucking dream is that? That's a crazy dream. All right, these books. This guy is perhaps the world's worst poet. Rod McKuen, during his heyday, was probably the worst poet on earth. But he was also a songwriter. And I believe, did he write Seasons in the Sun? See what songs Rod McKuen wrote. If you go away on this summer's day. I know he wrote that song. Songs. Popular songs. A Boy Named Charlie Brown. What? He wrote that? And To Each Season. Turn. Most famous songs. No, he wrote. Did he write Seasons in the Sun? Are you fucking kidding me? What songs did Rod McKuen write? Love's Been Good to Me, Gene, The World I Used to Know, A Boy Named Charlie Brown, Joanna, Seasons in the Sun, and The Enduring Standard. If You Go Away, yeah. So this guy, the world's worst poet, but he had some decent songs out there that other people covered. And these poems are just awful, but I collect them for that exact purpose. The rhythm of spring, all the trees are pink, plum blossoms, all they small extensions of the clouds fill the lower sky above the horizon, trapping the season for all time, or for what time we know it. So yeah, McKuen was the world's most famous poet in the, I think it was the 60s and 70s, maybe just the 70s. I think he killed himself. Maybe he didn't. I think was he gay too? Maybe not. But he reminds me of a lot like Richard Brautigan. Awful. Actually, Brautigan was a way better writer. But anyways, I saw these books at the library about a month ago, all these hardcovers. And I was like, eventually these will end up in the 10-cent bin. And sure enough, today they were in the 10-cent bin. And I grabbed them all. I think there's 14 of them. 4, 6. No, only 11 of them. But yeah, it's just book after book of garbage poetry. But now I have a whole collection of garbage poetry. As you can see, he had all these books, so you know they were just selling, and people for some reason were buying these. I don't know if they were really cheap back in the day. How much do you think this costs? I don't know. I don't see a price. Oh, dude, I got 2 copies. $4. I think that's the same book twice, isn't it? I didn't even look. I just grabbed them all. I got 2 of them, bruv. See if any of these are signed. No, this one's got the fucking frontis ripped out. Robbie frontispiece. $5. Fields of Wonder. I mean, you can imagine when you have a cover like that the book's going to be awful. He wrote that I was fostering unrest. So I am, and so I am. Do not rest until you reach a pair of friendly arms, bruv. That's radical and wrong for him, but right for those of us who love. And I say kill no man nor murder his ideas before they've had a chance to surface from his mind. Let men think and speak, even the poor white-haired loser, whose thoughts are lost on children he would chain, and minds he'd not mind plundering, if even that skill he can master. Let him help to foster Masons. Freemasons? at his school. Instead of militants with matches, man has learned by building, but even Superman cannot see past the fire. See, you can tell this guy is awful. The dandelion hasn't yet been known to make a choice between the pasture and the lawn, and love's as blind to rank or right as politicians are to pulse beats. Only desperation cuts through everything. Know that I am a desperate man when in your arms, and more so in a way. I wind my watch when it needs no winding. I'm going to read all these. I will read every one of these poems as a short, and I'll get 10 million views. Oh, wait, someone hearted this one. I'd keep my arms spread wide. I teeter a tightrope stretched between your sometimes need for me, and tied securely by my always need for you. Balancing, always balancing, one foot before the other, down the nails and roads. Planter's Moon. Some of us are gentle after 4 o'clock. Some of us are poor in pride or pocket. Some of us can make you rich. In plain or fancy rooms, currency not being comfort, only given circumstance. All of us, to each man, need you more than you need us. Oh my God. I have in common with all men a lump in swimming trunks. And most of us have freckles on our shoulders. Men are men. The worst of us are lovely in the dark. All of us are vulgar when you pulled aside the final veil. That's going to be the first poem I read of all this guy's fucking rubbish. That is brilliant. Where can I find something to put in this book? Well, it's only worth 10 cents, so I'll just stick it up there. Fields of Wonder. Field I Wonder is how the fuck this guy ever got published. I wonder, bruv. I wonder. Where's the chat? Did I shut the chat? No, I didn't. Yeah, buddy, you're here, Bubba. What's up? Chew copies, bruvs. I've got 100 in chew copies now. Rod McEwen, the bright and shining images of my country. Oh, these are too long to be put into shorts. Yeah, these ones will have to be put aside, bruv. Moment to moment. Oh, this all got hearts. Inner workings. I have seen you when your smiles and frowns were so tied up and intermingled that none, not even you, could have said with any sureness what face you were giving to the crowd. I have walked with you to subways when parting was difficult, and less than 20 minutes later been with someone else and loved you nonetheless. I have spied on you and looked accusingly when I myself knew well that I was in the wrong. I have wept for you, about you, and one time with you. I have shared your secrets and kept private secrets of my own. I have fought with you and over you, loved you and disliked you in equal parts, and at the same time I have thought that I would die if you failed to turn up on some pre-selected night, and when you didn't, wished I would. I have loved you, never asking if I should. I have trusted you, not caring if I could or couldn't. In company with strangers or your friends, I've smiled and gone on smiling. Oh my God. I'm afraid and sure that all eyes know you went away, or didn't come at all. You were, but never were. Couldn't you have left a wristwatch, a damp slip hanging in the bathroom? Couldn't you have sent a postcard, a photograph? Even with the thaw, I can't as yet bring myself to slip among the narrow streets or venture down the block to buy new cheese and apples. Yeah, I'll just keep eating the old cheese, bruv, and the rotten apples. It's better for applesauce to have that one, bruv. I will buy old cheese, bruv. All the old cheese. Sunday morning. Soon the tulips will come shooting through the earth's first thaw. There'll be no howling winter to keep me locked inside. What then? What are the promises filtered through the rain, digested out of so much snow, that they drift aimlessly down every gutter? All right, you get the hint. This guy sucks. But now I have 10 more copies to add to my collection. I don't know what ones I already have. I'll bring them out at some point because like I said, I'm going to read these. These are too good to keep from the general public. I know the hills and gullies of your body, the curves, the churns. I have total recall of you in Stanyan Street because I know it will be important later. It's quiet now, only the clock moving toward rejection. Tomorrow breaks the silence, or the stillness, sorry. Poem. The smell goes first, the smell that closed rooms have when women are about. No coffee smell, no sweet stale smell of bath, no hair smell on the pillow, no smell of beds too long unchanged. I kept the window closed all day, trying to retain what little of you there was left. And now the darkness, like firecrackers ringing in my ears, bruv, trying to sleep in the same unchanged bed. Calling back old images to make the evening come out at night, come out right. Jim Jan, I wanted you. Start again. Jim Jan, I wanted you that day at the beach because you were beautiful and because you smiled and because I knew your world was different. But I lost you even before we had met. And I ran on the beach all day to relieve the tension. Better to live in a birdless country without sun than go your way alone, always. But what could I have said? Your smile was a warm wall. The girl upstairs is entertaining again. I could set my clock by the footfall on the stairs. I see her sometimes coming and going on the stairs or going to the market. Sometimes I hear her late at night playing sad music or walking overhead. She smiles in the daytime, but not at me and my old cheese. All right, Bubs, you get the hint. The Illuminated Book of Days, edited by Kay and Marshall Lee, with illustrations by Kate Greenaway and Eugene Grasset. Weird thing about this book is, it says 1983. I thought this said 1953. Merry Christmas from Mother. The weird part is that I thought that said 53 when this book is clearly from 1979. But now I know it's from 83. It's got these little illustrations. Every day has its own day, bro. What's today? March 4th? Let's see what March 4th brings, bro. Or is it March 3rd? There's Avril. Is April Avril? Avril Lavigne month? A Book of Days. What's the 3rd? March 3rd. In 1895, Munich begins to give a driving test for bicycle riders. Those who pass receive license plates for their bicycles. In 1884, a Munich businessman and his wife rode a homemade bicycle down the main street. A headline in a leading newspaper protested the next day, a scandalous drive. Without shame, proud as an Amazon, this fine lady let herself be inspected by one and all. Shall propriety be dealt such a blow with impunity? Doll Festival in Japan, also called Peach Blossom Festival, since to the Japanese that flower symbolizes the little girls whose dolls are honored on this day. Their dolls are on display, but this is really the big day for little girls. Hard work, bruv. You got one more book. This one I bought for the pure purpose of selling it, since copies have sold for over $100. I paid $2. Not of This World. The life and teaching of Father Seraphim Rose, Pathfinder to the Heart of Ancient Christianity. It's not in great condition. It's got some mottling, shall we say. But I will sell this book for upwards of $100. I have to, bruv. Nice fucking beard, Jim Morrison. Then Pilate entered into the judgment. 1993 copy. Second edition. As I said, this book I've seen sell for no less than 100. So if I can get even 75 for it after paying $2, I will gladly take it. It's got some issues, mainly it's like a splatter of liquid, or is that just, what's that called? Foxing. Boards look pretty good. Jacket looks acceptable. Slap a Mylar jacket on there and she'll be perfect. You can see the spine's got some cupping. A little bit of soiling, bruv. Soiling green. What's this? Looks like there's maybe a bookmark. No, it's just a fold in the page. Suffering Russia. All right, bruvs, that's all. That's all. Who we got here? We got Psych. Yike. Yike, are you there? Motherfucker leaves too fast, bruv. You left too fast, bruv. I could not respond. I could not respond to you, bruv. If you go away on this summer's day, then you might as well take the sun away. Maybe I should have a lead out song. YouTube. Who's that girl that sang that one song in what was it, Sunshine? What was that? No. What was the movie with Christina Ricci where she hung around with the guy who was like autistic or something like that? What the fuck was that called? Not Pecker. I don't know. Can't remember. If you go away on this summer's day. Emiliana Torino. That's who it was. Torini. If you go away on this summer's day, you might as well take the sun away. What was that movie called? All right, bruvs. It's going to be all. We'll play it out. I turn the volume off here. Right there. Turn this volume back on. And play us out. Play us out, bruv. You better not have a commercial. I will fucking rage. I can't hear it, bruv. I hear nothing.
If you go away on this summer's day, then you might as well.
First time I heard this, I thought it was Bjork, but
all the birds that flew in the summer sky when our love was new and our hearts were high. When the day was young,
that guy wrote this song.
the nights were long, and the moon stood still for the night bird song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail on the sun, we'll ride on the rain, and talk to the trees and worship the wind. But if you go, I'll understand. Leave me just enough love to fill up my hand. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. If you go away, as I know you will, you must tell the world to stop turning till you return again, if you ever do. For what good is love?
I think it might have came from
without
listen
loving you?
listen to the warm if I
I
haven't.
tell you now, as you turn to go, I'll be dying slowly to the next hello. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you admire like a cold night has been. Oh, we'll be again. I'll sail on your spine, I'll ride on your touch. I'll talk to your eyes that I love so much. But if you go, I won't cry. Though the tears come from the word goodbye. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, if you go away, as I know you must, there is nothing left
Pumpkin.
in this world to trust.
That's the movie it was in.
Just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look I see on your face, underneath the shadow of your shadow. If you might have kept me by your side, if you go away, if you go away, if you go away.